I always believed marriage was supposed to be a safe haven, a place to rest and find comfort, not a source of constant tension. But over the past year, my relationship with my wife, Juniper, had changed. Being around her felt like stepping on thin ice, pretending the cracks weren't real. She used to have this soft, shy laugh that drew me to her, but gradually it disappeared. Smiles became rare, patience thin, and even the smallest things would set her off. I tried everything, talking, listening, giving her space, but nothing seemed to thaw the cold distance growing between us. Her new friends only added to the tension. There was Arrow, a co-worker who called her June in a way that twisted my gut. Aloan, who constantly talked about strong women leaving average men behind. And the hobby group she joined, full of people who spoke of marriage as a trap rather than a promise. I kept telling myself it was just a phase, something temporary. But deep down, I sensed a storm coming, one I wasn't sure I could survive. One Friday evening, I walked into the kitchen and froze. Juniper stood at the counter, arms folded, face unreadable. A neat stack of papers sat on the table. I didn't need to read the bold letters to know. They were divorce papers. Seeing our names printed side by side like that, as if our entire life together could be reduced to words on a page, made my chest tighten. I couldn't breathe. "Maybe this will make you take things seriously," she said calmly, almost bored. "Maybe now you'll finally listen." "Listen to what?" I asked, forcing my voice to stay steady. "You barely talk to me anymore," she shrugged, eyes drifting away. "You don't fight for me. You don't make grand gestures. You think just being here is enough." She nudged a pen toward me. "Maybe seeing you panic will remind you what you're about to lose." I felt a wave of exhaustion wash over me, not anger or fear, just the kind of fatigue that comes from giving everything and getting nothing in return. Looking at her, I realized she wasn't my partner in that moment. She was testing me, provoking me, using our marriage like a trap she expected me to fail. And suddenly, I didn't want to play along. I picked up the pen. Her triumphant smirk faltered as I said quietly, "I'll sign." And I did. Every page, slowly, deliberately, without a tremor. Her expression shifted from confidence to shock. "Kale, wait," she whispered, her voice stripped of its earlier certainty. "You didn't even hesitate." "You wanted me to panic," I said, placing the pen down. "But I'm done being afraid of losing someone who doesn't seem to want to stay." Her face flushed with anger, confusion, hurt, all mixed together. "That's not. You were supposed to stop me. You were supposed to refuse." "That isn't what marriage is," I said softly. "I can't keep trying to convince you to love me." For the first time in months, she looked uncertain. She glanced at the papers, reached toward them, then pulled back as if they were too hot to touch. "I didn't think you'd really sign," she admitted. I needed to know you cared enough to fight." "That's not fighting," I said. "And it's not love. That's manipulation." The room was so still I could hear the clock ticking above the refrigerator. She stared at the papers like they might explode. And instead of panic, a calm clarity settled over me. Not relief, just the sense of finally untangling the knots that had been choking me. Juniper followed me toward the door. "Kale, wait. Please. I didn't mean it. I felt you drifting away." "I wasn't drifting," I said. "I was suffocating." For a brief moment, I saw her, the Juniper I had fallen in love with. Soft, vulnerable, human. "Then let me fix it," she whispered. "I'll tear up the papers. I'll do anything. Just don't leave like this. I don't want a divorce." "Then why push me toward one?" I asked quietly. "I thought you'd finally show some fire," she said, voice small. "Like you used to, before everything got dull." "Normal isn't the problem," I said. "But making me feel replaceable is." She stepped closer, reaching for my hand, but I stayed put. Her fingers hovered between us. Trembling. "I love you," she said. "I swear I do. I just got turned around. I let others get into my head and tell me you weren't enough. But you are, always have been." Part of me wanted to believe her. Another part, patient and worn, knew words weren't enough anymore. "Then start showing it," I said, not with gestures or theatrics, but with truth effort and respect. She nodded quickly, tears streaming down her face. I can do that. I will. Please don't let this be the end of us. I took a slow breath. It didn't have to end that day, but things couldn't continue as they were. She exhaled, relief washing over her. I'll make it right. I swear. I didn't make any promises in return. I stayed, not because she forced me, but because for the first time in a long while, she stopped trying to corner me.